welcome to my podcast. I live in Berkshire, which is about an hour's drive from London, and we have a kind of famous festival called Reading Festival that's been held here every year. I live on my own with my two cats, so you may see that they may come and join us from time to time because they are quite curious ladies. This is my first podcast, so please excuse my and ahs, and hopefully I'll get better as I do more. So I wanted to start doing a podcast to just share my crafts. I don't have many crafty friends around me, and especially as we are on lockdown, I just wanted to start sharing really, and just have a little space of my own, a little crafty space of my own. So I'm going to share with you my finished objects, my whips, some acquisitions, and also some dream knitting. So I hope you enjoy this podcast. So let's start with my finished objects. So I have a pair of socks. These are the Brighton socks, and they are by Rhian Drinkwater. They have a really lovely design that runs all the way around the sock, and these have been knitted in drops yarn, colour 677, which is green turquoise. I really like knitting these socks. I think this is the third pair I've made, and it was quite a nice pattern to do. It wasn't too easy, but it was enough for me to get my teeth into, as this is the first pair that aren't a vanilla pair that I have made. So yeah, they're really lovely and soft, and I've worn them a few times and the yarn seems to wash up really lovely. And my next finished object is the Lady Lace Sweater by Wendy. Are you sure it's in there? Now this pattern was given to me by one of my work colleagues. She found it in her house, and as she knows I'm a knitter, she decided to post it in my letterbox when she was posting in my Christmas card. So the yarn I used was the Top Value Chunky. I got it from Hobbycraft. It is an acrylic yarn, but I do like to use acrylic yarns on items that I'm going to use quite a lot, and I've knitted this jumper so that when we finally go back to the office, it's something that I can wear. Where I work, it's quite a large office and we have air conditioning on all the time, so sometimes it can get a little chilly. So this is the finished jumper. I've knitted the sleeves a couple of inches longer because I like to have my sleeves go over my watch and kind of come up to like just over the back of my hand. It's really comfortable. And it was such a nice knit to do over Christmas. I do have a couple of things that are on the needles that are quite complicated, and I just felt slightly overwhelmed over Christmas, and I just really wanted something that I could work on and that I could just follow an easy pattern and just knit while I'm watching TV and spending time. Well, that's Kitty. My little girl. So yeah, it's really comfy. It's just like a hug and a jumper really. It's really nice. I think the size I did was a 38.5-inch bust, but it came up a little bit bigger, but you know what, a nice big baggy jumper, who can say no to that? So those are my finished objects. So let's do the whips. Okay, what am I going to do first? I have 3 whips. Let's do this one first. So I did my first Stephen West shawl last year. It was the snowflake shawl, and I liked the way that it came in 4 different sections over 4 weeks, because his patterns are beautiful, but I always feel that I'm just not going to be able to do them. So I really enjoyed the snowflake shawl, so I decided to do the Slipstravagansa. I'm nearly there. Gosh, I'm nearly there. So you guys probably know what the Slipstravagansa is. It is a beautiful shawl. Let me just untangle, because I have so many stitch markers on this at the moment. I decided to go with a kind of autumn colour kind of theme, and I will go through the yarns in a minute. Sorry guys. Yeah. So I will admit that this part here I found quite frustrating. I had to do a couple of ripped backs, but I've got over 950 stitches on this. I am not ripping back now. I've got 2 more rows, I've got a stripe and a half to do, that I've got to do the cast off, and it will be all ready. I don't know how I'm going to block this monster. I'm just going to have to figure it out. So the yarns I am using is a cone. This cone is a, let me check, merino 4-ply in oatmeal. I brought it off eBay, and I really liked the rusticness of the yarn because of the shawl being autumnal. I thought it would be quite nice to have that texture in there. And then I picked up some Yorkshire spinners, and there's cardamom and turmeric, and those are the 4-ply signature. And then for the 4th colour, I've been using this. This was a bit of a bargain. I saw this on eBay and it was in a really big messy ball, and the person that previously owned it just was selling it as it was, and so I bought it and I took my time to just untangle it, and I just think it's a really beautiful colour. I believe it's Cascades, but there's nothing more about it that I know. It feels like a 4-ply, but it could be a bit thinner. It's not lace weight, but yeah, it's been really lovely to knit with. So once I get myself in the right headspace, then I'll finish that off and get it all blocked and be able to wear it hopefully soon before the weather turns, because it would be nice to get a little bit of wear out of it before the weather gets a little warmer. Please let it get a little warmer. It would be lovely. Okay, so let me show you my sock. Well, socks, but I only have one at the moment. So as I said, I haven't knitted a lot of socks, and I'm really enjoying knitting socks. I just really like to make things that I can wear and that are practical in a way, and I really just want to have a nice drawer that I can open and have all nice hand knitted socks in, and to wash them by hand, and yeah, it would be really nice. And I have wanted to knit socks for a while, but never really had the confidence, but I'm getting there. So this is the Hermonie Everyday Sock. It's a free pattern. The I can't see who the writer was, or author of the pattern. I will pop it just down below of the person that wrote the pattern. It's really lovely and quick to knit up, and I'm knitting these for the Rainbow Chronicle sock make for the year that Lay Family Yarns and So Sweet Violet are doing. They pick a colour every month and then you knit a pair of socks that corresponds to that colour, but you could do variegated, you could do just normal plain socks, you could do anything. The price would be nice, but I just wanted to do it to get me on that sock making train and to start doing them regularly, because I don't do that. And yeah, it would be nice to just get just give myself a little bit of an inspiration from all the Instagram feeds, because I've followed the hashtag. So the yarn was in my stash, and it is the Stylecraft Avamore. 75% superwash, 25% nylon. Yeah, I don't normally wear pink. It's not really a colour I do. I'm more of a jewel tones person. But I saw this in my stash and thought, perfect, that would tick the box for pink. And I'm sure it's very plain that they are pink, also grey, but there is the main colour is pink. And yeah, I'm just going to start the toe, get that done, which I'll probably get done today or tomorrow, and get the second sock on and get them done by the end of the month. And then that will be my first pair of socks for 2021. Feeling quite smug. Yeah. And my last whip is my yarn from my advent calendar. There's a bit of story to this. I went to New York the last weekend of November 2019. It was my big 40th birthday, and I wanted to do something special. I try and do something special for those kinds of birthdays. So I decided to go to New York on my own for a few days, just to walk around. I went to Mode, I went to Knit City, and I did all of the tourist things, open top buses and walk around Central Park and things like that. And oh gosh, it was so good, and I really enjoyed it. And I love advent calendars, and I wanted to take something with me that I could pack really easily, but something that I could open up every day. And I saw on Etsy that this seller, Hook and Light, were doing a stitch marker advent calendar. So I ordered one and took it with me, and it was so lovely. The stitch markers were so beautiful. So when I saw that they were doing an advent calendar, I thought, well, yeah, why not? The stitch markers were lovely and postage came really quickly, so I ordered her advent calendar with an extra skein of yarn. Now this seller, she dyes all of her yarn with natural dyes, plants and things like that. It may sound a little naive, but I didn't realise that you could get so many natural colours and dye yarn so beautifully. I've only really started going and buying hand dyed yarn, so it's all still a bit new to me. These are beautiful. These are sock yarn, 4-ply, and it's just beautiful. And you've got some extra little bits with the advent calendar as well, like stitch markers. Let me show you this little one here. Little bee. And you've got this beautiful handcrafted Christmas decoration. Let me find the maker of that stitch marker and Christmas decoration. So that was the card that came with it. And it's Mudwater Ceramics on Etsy. So I decided to, because I want to try and have a shawl or something I can wear for every season. The snowflake I've got in kind of greys with rainbow yarn. The Slipstravagansa is in like a autumny colour, so I thought this palette would be great for like a spring into summer. So I decided to do the Wanderlust shawl, and this yarn is knitting up beautifully. I've just got to the bit where one side of it is stray, and I'm just alternating the colours. So when the pattern says change colour to this, I just go through the yarns that I got for the advent, and I've put all of the stickers from the bag, so I know that this is day 17s and this is day 19s, and I'm going to go through. But if I do see some yarns come in and I think they could be better the other way around, I will tinker around with them. But yeah, just because there's so many yellows, and it just looks very springy, summery to me. So that, yeah, so I'm gonna plan on getting my Slipstravagansa done, and then I can just get lost in all this yarny, squishy loveliness and concentrate on the shawl. And I got this as the skein of yarn. This is the tag. This is 4-ply 100% merino, and this was dyed with onion, and I love these colours. I just got to figure out what I'm going to do with this, but I can just sit and squish it for a while and sniff it and take my time. So yeah, those are my FOs. I'm quite an anxious person by nature, so I don't like to have too many FOs because I get overwhelmed, and then I just think I'm never going to do them, and then I don't do them, which means I never get them done. So if I only have a small amount of FOs, then I'm in a happy place. I can pick different ones on how I'm feeling, but not too many. Okay, so let me go to my acquisitions. There's quite a few because we've had Christmas and I also have my birthday in December. So I, being on lockdown, I'm on my own, and I don't think my two cats are going to send me a birthday gift. They don't have an Amazon account, so I don't think they're going to organise it. So I decided that I was going to buy myself a couple of gifts, but I was going to do it a little bit different. I was going to make them mystery gifts. So I got in contact with Ellie from Craft House Magic. I'm sure all of you guys know who Ellie is. She seems so lovely. I love her podcasts and vlogs. And she, as you know, she makes some beautiful project bags. So I listed 3 that I really liked, and I emailed Ellie and I asked her if she would send me one, but one of the 3, so that when it comes it could be a mystery. And I asked her to put birthday or happy birthday on the package, because it's Christmas. I had a lot of packages coming in and I wanted to make sure that I would leave that for my birthday. And I got this, and I love it. I so love it. Jewel tones, which is my favourite, because I did pick one that had Christmas jumpers on it, so it doesn't have those jewel tones, but very Christmassy. And I think I also ordered another slightly Christmassier, that's the word, one. I think it had biscuits on it. I could be wrong, but this is the one she sent me, and the lining's really lovely, and it's got some pockets, and it's just the perfect size for sock projects. Yeah, really happy with that, and it's just made so lovely. It really is. I'm really pleased with that. And then I got in contact with a lady on Etsy. Her Etsy shop is called Joy to the World. This is her information there. I will put information for everything that I mentioned in here in the description box. And she does mystery 5 skeins, and you just buy it and she sends them to you. So I just asked her if she would just write birthday on the bag, and we got these. They are so nice, and it came with a little stitch marker, and this is 75% super merino, 25% nylon. And I'm thinking once I get to the green for the Rainbow Chronicles sock makeover, I'm gonna use these so that I've got the green covered. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these colours, but I'm sure I'm going to find something lovely. I'm not really a blanket crochet knit kind of person. I have blankets, so I don't have something like that going on at the moment, but I am sure I will find something that I can use these for. Probably socks, maybe the heels, toes, and that of socks maybe. But yeah, and I also saw these and bought these. You can guess I like cats, and they just are so sweet. I just fell in love with them. You can never have too many stitch markers. Am I right? I'm right. Especially when they're as beautiful as these. So I got those. Then I decided to buy a box from a lady called Jill Hemingway. She runs Seaside Yarns. She put a little post up on Facebook saying that she was doing Christmas Eve boxes, Christmas Eve sock boxes. And as I have this whole sock thing going on in my brain that I want to do, I thought that would be nice, and then I can have a bit of surprise as well. So I brought the box and I left it for Christmas. So it came in this box, and inside the box was the West Yorkshire Spinners Christmas pattern for their sock yarn, Comet, and the beautiful Silent Night yarn. He's so sparkly. I also got this in there, which is really Christmassy, and I may leave this ball and do a pair of Christmas socks closer to December. And then I got this one. Now, I've never heard of this make before, but I'm loving the colours, and it comes up with a little picture of how they knit up, and I think they're going to be amazing. So it's 75 wool, 25 polyamide, which I guess would be the same as any other sock yarn. And how many? See, because it's not, 425 meters. So I'm quite excited to see how they knit up. And as I said, I do love jewel tones, so they're going to be lovely. I got some needle point protectors, some stitch markers, and a notepad. So me. And also it came with a selection box, but that's disappeared. I don't know where that's gone. Yeah. So that was a really nice box. Okay. I also got a gift from my family for my birthday, and it's something I asked for, and it is Operation Sock Drawer. This has got a really lovely backstory to it, so if you're not aware, it basically it started because of two ladies who were knitting socks, and it kind of blew up on Instagram, and so they decided to make a book, and it's the Knitmore Girls. And the reason I wanted this was because socks, I want to try and knit at least 12 pairs of socks this year, but also I find it a bit of a minefield when it comes to trying to find sock patterns, and I like to have a bit of a mull over and try and figure out what yarn, and I like the fact that this book has got lots of different types of patterns with different heels, different toes, and I think it would really help me to get a bit more knowledge about socks, but also fit as well, and see which ones I like better, which ones I don't. So yeah, I just think it's a really lovely book. So have a look, see if it's maybe something that you would like to have in your library. Okay, so I've got one more thing, and that's dream knitting. So during Christmas, me and my mum went out Christmas shopping, and she was looking through a few things, and I decided to pick up Wally Makes. I have read this magazine before. I did have a subscription at one time, but I'm not doing a lot of other making, and it has quite a bit of crochet in it, which I don't really do, so I decided to try a different magazine. But flicking through it, and I found this, and I fell in love with it, especially the sleeves. I think it's going to be a really, really nice, comfy, cozy cardigan to wear in the office if we ever get back to working in the office. It's called Terracotta Texture. Let me see if I can find the person that wrote it. Samantha Hall. So I decided to go with grey again because I think it will look nice with black trousers, jeans. I've got some dungarees that I could wear with it, which would look really nice. So I'd be able to wear it with a lot of different types of clothing. I do have some other trousers that are quite colourful. So I think a nice plain grey cardigan will go with a lot of different colours. I got this from Lovecrafts. This is just King Cole's Big Value Super Chunky. It's in colour graphite, which is 1545. It's really soft. Again, it's acrylic, but as I said, I like to have acrylic so I can just throw it in the washing machine and not worry about it shrinking or anything like that. I just got to get it on the needles. I've brought the yarn because I had a discount voucher for the yarn, so it made it a little bit cheaper. And yeah, I need to start doing it. I think that's it. Yeah. Thank you for joining me. I hope you liked it. And hopefully I will speak to you all or see you all soon. Have a lovely week. Bye.